What's up, everyone? Tara Roberts here with 444, and we are talking wide receiver trade targets for week 2. Before we get started, remember to like this video and subscribe. And if you want more fantasy insights and tips, head over to 444.com/plans and sign up for a subscription today. And exclusively for our YouTube audience, use promo code YouTube at checkout to save 25%. Now let's go ahead and dive right in. First up, DJ Moore. Now, there's a ton to break down in the Packers-Bears game. The way it went down was wildly different than anticipated. The Packers absolutely dominated offensively and defensively, and the Bears were just struggling, playing from behind. The result was Fields threw 37 attempts, higher than any game from 2022, but just 2 of those attempts went to DJ Moore. Many viewed this move to Chicago as his A.J. Brown transition, making the parallels between Fields and Hurts and hoping that the connection would push more to an elite level. But some fantasy managers might view week 1 as the continuation of mediocrity and be ready to bail out. The reason why you shouldn't use this week as an expectation of things to come is because this week was a setup, okay? Like it or not, Jaire Alexander is one of the league's premier shutdown corners. Jaire and the Packers can absolutely take away your best receiver like it's nothing. This game was not indicative of how Moore will perform moving forward. The next up is Amari Cooper. Going off of the home versus away Amari Cooper boom-bust theory, very analytical, obviously, this should have been an excellent game from Amari Cooper, but the game as a whole was just flat out ugly. Everyone looked awful on both sides, outside of Nick Chubb. The weather was bad, Cleveland's defense was strong, so they really didn't have to force the issue through the air. And as a result, the pass game was just in general bad. Some people are looking at this as a continuation of Deshaun Watson's 2022 struggles. Watson completed just 16 of 29 passes for 145 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Amari Cooper caught just 3 of those passes for 37 yards. But considering Joe Burrow was even worse, this really just might have been a bad weather game issue. But there is some added skepticism here with Cooper because there are a ton of Elijah Moore truthers. I am one of them. Moore matched Cooper's receptions and targets and added some work on the ground, and you just had the slightly more productive day. And while I believe in Moore's capabilities, ultimately I do think that Cooper remains the wide receiver 1 of this offense, and Deshaun Watson will look better moving forward. Moving on to the next player, George Pickens. Pittsburgh had a terrible day. The offense was a complete mess. We expected the ground game to be essentially immobile against the San Francisco defense, but the pass game should have at least been decent. But the entire defense just created havoc. Kenny Pickett threw 2 interceptions, and the Steelers' leading receiver was Allen Robinson with 5 receptions on 8 targets for 64 yards. George Pickens had 5 receptions on 7 targets for 36 yards. Deontay Johnson appeared to be treated as the wide receiver 1, but suffered a hamstring injury and played just 43% of snaps. A lot of people had wishful thinking that Pickens would be the wide receiver 1 in this offense, and he's clearly capable of it, but I think he still leans towards more of the wide receiver 2 in this offense, more of the big play capability guy with the touchdown equity. And that's perfectly fine. That's not an issue because the Steelers offense will get back on track and have more overall productivity. But remember, for those reasons, don't overbuy on him. Think of this more as a try to get him now if you can. If not, fine, just let the manager know that you're interested. And if not, a week later, after a potential poor performance, try and swoop in there again. Now on this last one, I am cheating a little bit here because this is not a wide receiver, but he's a pass catcher, so I am allowing it. Someone who drafted Sam LaPorta probably paired him up with another tight end. And if the fantasy manager in your league has LaPorta and another tight end that they feel they can rely on, they might be willing to part ways with LaPorta. Again, rookie tight ends do have a ceiling, but LaPorta is locked into the tight end 1 role within a high-powered offense, and his role will not change, even when Jameson Williams returns. LaPorta's week 1 numbers weren't mind-blowing, but it was encouraging. He played over 80% of snaps. He caught all 5 of his targets. That's not a bad outing for week 1 of a rookie. I would expect his role to continue to grow as he earns trust within the offense. And when we look at the week 1 tight end finishes in PPR, LaPorta was the tight end 8. I filmed this video before the Monday night game, so we still have a few more tight ends to play on Monday night. But even then, it's safe to say that he finished the week as a tight end 1. Even factoring in the absence of Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews, LaPorta is checking in at a low-end tight end 1 in his first NFL game. Yeah, sign me up. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like the video and comment below. Let me know what you think. And if you want more fantasy insights and tips, head over to 4for4.com/plans and sign up for a subscription today. And exclusive for our YouTube audience, use promo code YouTube at checkout to save 25%.